All right. I want to address this whole Mos Def and Drake situation.
I'm gonna need you to call him by his name, Dante, because they
No, I
forget
didn't
it's
want to do
Dante.
that.
This
All right.
is from.
So
They forget who he is.
for those of y'all who know me, know I haven't seen Mos or talked to him in over 10 years. So that's not why I'm saying the things that I'm saying. But
Dante still a nigga from us.
we saw the video. And we didn't even see, this is the crazy part. Most of y'all, myself included, have not even seen the entire interview. We saw a clip. This young woman asked him if Drake was hip hop.
That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
She didn't ask him if Drake can rap,
If he was lyrical.
Nothing.
No. Is he hip hop?
We know Drake can rap. To say that Drake cannot rap would be just
Ridiculous.
asinine. Most never said he couldn't rap. Joe Budden never said Drake couldn't rap.
They were talking about the content of his music, not his character.
Now, those of y'all who want to act as if what he said was crazy
Are crazy.
Because Drake has a formula for success. It's wildly successful for him. He gets on songs with every up and whatever and gets this stuff all over the radio.
It's formulaic.
Yes.
It's intentional.
Yes.
It's profitable. It's pop. It's at Target.
Yeah. Now the Target in Houston.
I don't know why.
I don't know why it had to be in Houston.
Because that's probably when he heard it, and that made him say, "Oh, this man is not hip hop; he's pop." Because they don't play Mos Def at Target.
No, and that was my thing. I had never thought about it when he until he said it, and I thought about it. Have you ever been in Target and heard Wu-Tang?
No.
Biggie?
No.
Pop?
He was qualifying his statements.
Never.
With an example of where, and to allow people to think about where do they hear his music. And they hear it in places.
And he ain't lie. I've been in Target and heard Drake and Bon Jovi back to back. 1 minute we singing "You Give Love a Bad Name," and then we're singing a Drake song. Like, let's be clear.
But those are curated music playlists,
yes.
and there's no place for that. And then I also think people felt like Mos had the who is he to say these things. But I think that's people get caught up in this Yasin Bey and him being Muslim and being off the grid. But that man is from Brooklyn. That man's name is Dante. And
Roosevelt.
He's from Roosevelt Projects in Brooklyn.
And then moved to Flatbush.
Right. And he's old Brooklyn because he got to be almost 50 years old.
Yeah, he older than me. So
okay. He comes from a different. So for people to think he wasn't being slick, he wasn't being shady, that's who he is.
No, but let's be clear. This is another thing that people seem to be talking about. Drake should not say nothing crazy to him.
I don't believe he will.
That long soliloquy, whatever you want to call that, he typed out for Joe Budden was one thing.
Don't send that to Dante.
And I believe he did that knowing, and maybe he wanted to, I don't know, but Joe is not rhyming.
Dante is not retired.
Dante is not retired. And y'all don't even understand his rhyming ability. Let's just say, I think Drake is nice. I've heard Drake spit some shit and he make you do that. He chooses not to do that nowadays. He should not come at Mos Def crazy.
And that's all that Joe was saying. Joe was saying that his music is not evolving. And it's almost, maybe people are taking it as a diss or a shady comment, but it's basically saying that they recognize, these two people are recognizing, or I feel, recognizing that you do have a talent. Like, you could be hip hop, but you've chosen to stagnate yourself and make kind of this like predictable formulaic music that's available, that can be played in Walmart's, Targets, grocery stores, and that's cool, but you can't say that that's hip hop. And they're not saying he can't be hip hop. They're saying he made a conscientious choice to no longer ascribe to some of like the core, principles of hip hop. And there's nothing wrong with that, because maybe that's what he wants to do. Maybe he wants to be wildly successful. Maybe he wants to make a lot of money. Rather, he doesn't want to stay true to just being in the box or making that particular art form. Everything that you don't, people are always offended by other people's opinions. That doesn't make you a hater because I said something. That's my opinion. An interview with a person is for their opinions.
Mm-hmm.
You don't interview somebody and ask them about other people's opinions. You want their opinions. And he asked her not to ask him. He said, damn, why did you do this to me? And then he said, he's pop to me. And again, he qualified it. It was no shade. It was no disrespect. But I do know that Aubrey's, that's the young man's name.
Yes, y'all gonna get him hype. All these YouTubes and all that. Y'all gonna get him hype. Don't do that
because again,
it's not gonna be pretty.
Right. And, yes,
I'm
and I don't
telling
think
y'all
there's no need to respond.
He didn't say anything disrespectful.
Nope.
And if y'all gas that man up, it's gonna be ugly. Yeah. Trust me when I tell you.
Anybody who knows.
Yes, those who know. It will be ugly. Yeah. Y'all do not want to see that rap.
I believe Dante told him before he doesn't make music for them niggas.
Nah, yeah, we not doing that. Y'all don't want to see that. Y'all don't want to see that. Trust me, y'all don't want to see that.
If that's not what he was saying, he wasn't encouraging. He doesn't want to rap again. Like, he's not saying that. The lady asked him a question. He gave his opinion. And I don't think there's anything wrong. What's wrong with that? For some people, that's the goal, to become pop, to become mainstream, to be where they can reach mass audience, where they're not boxed into a certain category, where people can hear them, when they're shopping along, or you can hear them on all kinds of radio stations. Mm-hmm. What's wrong with that? Like, nobody's saying there's anything wrong with that. So there's no need to encourage like a beef or to make it seem something other than. I'm sure that if asked, does he consider himself hip hop, his answer would be yes. He considers himself to be hip hop. Dante would consider himself, yes, yeah. Whatever name you prefer, will call himself to be hip hop. If that's what he stays true to, and that's that. He made a personal decision. That's for him. This is with the lane he wants to stay in. This is how he wants to do that, and that's very simple. Maybe Drake has other aspirations. He wants to be well known. He wants to have a certain kind of follower, a fan base, or whatever. The two things can mutually exist. They could be true at the same time. He can be just fine over there being pop. It doesn't take away from his lyrical ability. It doesn't take away from the fact that he has made rap songs, that he's made rap albums, but now he has decided, even as he's evolving in age and really could be evolving in content, he wants to stick to a formula. What's wrong with that?
And what's wrong with being a pop artist? We like pop music. We listen to pop music.
Y'all be making pop.
Y'all made it here like he said Drake was a rat. Like, yeah, what's wrong with being a pop artist?
What became wrong with being a pop artist? I like a lot of pop music. Maybe it's because we come from a generation where we listen to everything. First of all, when we were growing up, there weren't no exclusively, unless you were listening to underground radio, there were no exclusive hip hop stations. So we know everything. They could play anything they want in Target. I know all the songs.
Yes.
I know heavy metal songs.
Before
I know pop songs. I know
Hot 97,
I know
we was listening to Z100 songs, and BLS.
Hip hop songs. I know them all. Yes. All the songs. I can put on any old radio station and there's guarantee that I'm familiar with the music.
Yes, and I know even more because I was up north and we had the wall, and the wall was playing the country.
Yes.
I know. Y'all know about the wall.
I have country artists that I like.
The wall was playing everything. That's how I know Panic at the Disco and all that from the
wall. Who are these people that they're so monolithic that they want to be one thing? Like, oh, if you're hip hop, you have to be like this. No, I consider myself to be from the hip hop generation. Like, no, I wasn't at the rooftop, but hip hop music was evolving as I was going. That's the
you was in the tunnel.
Shut you. You see, this is why I don't like to go on your videos.
You was in the tunnel. So I'm saying you have to play. This is iconic places. You was in the tunnel. You wasn't at the rooftop. You wasn't in Lyricist Lounge. We was in Lyricist Lounge.
No, I was at the tunnel. Yes, I was at the tunnel. Okay. I was a lot of places because I was really outside, because I'm really from New York City. I was born and raised there. I was outside when I shouldn't have been outside, doing things I shouldn't have been doing, partaking in a lot of things. But those are things that I feel like make me who I am, and I can have these conversations with ease. Yes. We don't come from that. Even most, he wouldn't come from that where there's like being boxed into something.
No,
he knows
I just said I was at the Lyricist Lounge with Dante.
Yes, all of these things
like forever ago.
It's so weird that people want to assign you this like particular thing, like, oh, well, this generation is this or this is that. No, I could be all of those things. I could be all of that. I love a good pop song.
Yeah. That they don't understand it. I said, remember when they asked T.I. like, how you this, and he was like, no, I'm all that. Like I'm gonna go to the rally, I'm gonna lead the rally, I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna take your girl.
Right.
I'm gonna raise my kids.
Right, and if I need to hit the block,
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit the block.
and
But yeah,
and if I need to go upside, like I'm all of that. Like, why is that?
Is that something that these
Nah,
younger
they
people
don't.
are not? Because I'm all of those things. As a female, I'm all of those
They don't
things.
get it.
Right? Like I have an education. I work for the, I have a government job. I raise 2 children in the suburbs, and all of those things, drive a good quality Honda Pilot car. But if shit got to shit, like we could do whatever. We can go outside.
To quote a hip hop artist, still leave you on the pavement.
Yes. Any day of the week. About anything. About my husband, about my kids, about my family. Like, so I don't understand. That's so weird to me that people want to box you in to those things. And that's all he was just saying. He was given a direct question. He was saying what he was. He wouldn't consider him that. But not considering hip hop didn't discredit who he was.
No. And I think that's how people took it. I think people took it like he was being disrespectful to Drake, and he's coming at him.
Or what he's done for not only for music, but for his city, for whatever. Like, even just his progression, like, like he was a child actor, then became, like, all of these things. Why he can't be all of those things? Why he can't be pop?
And on the flip side, you got the people that's trying to come for most, like, he is unsuccessful. What have y'all been paying attention to?
But what is success? Because we don't hear him in the Target in Houston, he's not successful?
Like, musically, acting, like, it's shit that I cut on the TV and I'll be like, look at this dude. Why is he in this?
I would say check his resume. Yeah, he is certified everywhere to me.
Everywhere.
So I don't know what you... Yeah, and there's no dirt on his... I don't know. People are weird.
Well, weird. I just wanted to clear that up for y'all.
I think we have to address that. We did get a special request.
Oh,
we did schedule because y'all know I don't be making videos without too much. Because you see how he tried to put my business out there about where I was at and what I was doing. We not even because he wants to be fully transparent about where he was at, and what he was doing in his youth. He's always trying to drag me in. That's why my name is not on the screen. You know what it is.
We did get a special request
to address
to talk about
last episode. Of Power.
Well, it's Raising Kanan.
Raising Kanan, yes. So all the shows is called Power.
It's all Power, yes.
But it's Raising Kanan, where
Panessa,
Neek's girlfriend Panessa, seems to get
dragged
quite often in an episode, which I think is crazy because we just learned her name 2 episodes ago, and Panessa's a wild name. 50 must know somebody with that name.
Word. When I first saw, I'm like, yeah, he got to know. It got to be somebody in Queens.
But a friend of ours asked us to specifically address her getting dragged by Rock, who weighs about 90 pounds, when she came to the door. Well, first of all...
And then Ronnie throw her on the floor, too?
Well, yeah, so that was our friend's other concern. Like, my God, like, we just learned who she is, and now she's all on the floor. She said she was on the floor like 30 minutes of the episode. The episode's only an hour. I don't think she was on the floor that long. But I wanted to speak quickly about Panessa's, I guess the type of individuals that Panessa is. If you are with somebody and they're in the streets and they keep that very separate from you, that's where they want you to stay.
Yes, Panessa shouldn't have came outside.
Panessa wasn't built to come outside.
She didn't belong outside.
If Neek wanted Panessa to be a different type of woman, he would have trained her that. He would have showed her how to use a gun. She would have known who to call. She would have knew where the money was at. She would have been explained all these things to her. He didn't. So it was crazy for her in when she believed he was dead and she had no protection per se to go outside with him. And like, where's you going, sis? Like, do you even know what are you doing with that? And then to confront a woman like Rock, like a woman, was crazy to me. That's why she took that gun from you. Could have been a body, and then your kids would have been an orphan. Like, I think this was a lesson. I think what our friend wanted to speak was about a lesson about staying in your lane.
Yes. Oh no. Oh, let me take it back to Cat Williams. Stop trying to fight outside of your weight class.
Yeah, and that's
what it all circles back to.
Our friend said Panessa didn't have a center of gravity, but she did have. She didn't have a center of gravity, but she did. Her man was her center of gravity. He told her how to move and how to operate. He's gone. You should carry that on. I believe there's some type of India.Arie song about that, about like carrying on the legacy. Like, you should have told him that your daddy was a good man. Yes, and that's it. That was what you was built for. So, and I think what the friend really wanted me to do is, again, talk about my own business, which I won't be on here. But yes, if you're a certain, I have a lot of life experiences. And if You should stay inside. If your man has groomed you to stay inside, regardless of what he's doing outside, stay inside,
Stay
even
in your
in his
weight class.
death. Because now you put yourself in jeopardy of like again of your kid being an orphan, and you wasn't built for outside. If Neek wanted you to be outside and hold it down in his absence, he would have done so. I mean, as to speak for myself, I believe part of the reason why you probably picked me as a partner is because I know how to stay in my lane. If I need to be inside, I need to be inside. If I need to come outside, I'm fully equipped to come outside. And unlike Vanessa, I know how to use a hammer. So if I come to your house, you know what I know what I'm doing. And my firearms are legal. And so that was, I guess was the lesson. One, or if you're a Panessa, be a Panessa. If you're a Rock, you see Rock, something happened, the leak roofed in the episode, and she was like, this is some bullshit. This ain't for me.
Yeah.
I belong outside.
She told the lady, call a plumber. The lady was like, you're the landlord. It's the landlord's job to call the plumber.
Right. I don't even know what you're talking about.
She like, I don't know about this.
I'm not no landlord, babe.
I'm not no landlord.
Right. I try to clean up my drug money. That's what I'm doing here. So, to address, no, Panessa didn't have a sense of gravity, and that's why she got dragged by Rock and Ronnie. But that's because, really, that's like the theme of the month maybe for January. It's to stay inside your weight class.
If you was a super flyweight, you don't belong over here with me.
Right. This is right. Yeah. And sometimes people are unassuming, right? Like we don't know just because we just learned her name two episodes ago or whatever. Maybe Panessa was gonna pull a surprise. Now, nothing leading up to that said to me that she was gonna jump out the window and be ready to pull the trigger. I don't even know why she went there to back that thing. Like that was just crazy to me because everything about it, Neeks has addresses for you to stay inside with his son.
Yeah, nah, she wasn't doing nothing.
And you got
we knew that because if she was a different type of person, she'd have checked Ronnie. When Ronnie was in the crib shooting all that sideways shit at her, she'd have checked Ronnie. When he said shit about Neek sleeping with Rock, she'd have checked him right then like, yo, hold up, homeboy. You in my house.
Nothing,
we not doing none of that.
Nothing of that character said to me that she should have went to Rock's house and with the hammer. She should have sat at home and raised her son and then, and let, go to plan the funeral services. And you know how when they be sitting, always the girlfriend at the front row and people just pass them the little envelope? That's what she should have just waited for. Wait your time. Let the streets take care of you out of respect for your man. But going to avenge his death was wild. Come on, Panessa, you were wild.
She was emotional.
Nah, but you can. But see, that's another reason why he kept her inside because she's emotionally driven. Like her emotions are taking over her better logic. Why would she come outside like that? Yeah, fine. That's not why he chose you. He chose you, queen, for a particular reason. You're a particular type of female. And he knew what he was doing. He wanted that kind of female to raise his children, to hold down his house, and there's nothing wrong with that. See, again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's like when they say Drake is being pop, it's not wrong with being pop. It's not okay that you're not built to back out a hammer and address people like a woman. That's okay. That's not why he chose you. So
well, y'all heard it here first. Panessa should stay
in your weight class that is the theme of all of these videos. It's okay to be in your weight class. Just don't come outside of it. To avoid injury.
Drake is pop. So,
it's cool. I like the girl said, I enjoy it. Drake songs are pop.
I do.
No problems with him.
I should to paraphrase another hip hop line. Drake should ask 40. He don't want it with most.
So but I also that's another thing. Like, please, like that's not crazy. Like
just don't get crazy about this.
With that either. Like, don't test him to see. Don't test him to see how hip hop he is against hip hop. Like, just let that be. It's okay. Everybody got a lane to stay.
Y'all know what it is. Still Tough Talk. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share, tell a friend. I'll be back later. Bring some weed later. I got a story to tell. Peace.